Welcome in, guys. Happy Sunday, guys. Welcome in. Like the stream, donations are open. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. Donations are open. There are no free readings. Why aren't you? Oh. Hi, everyone. How are you? Can you guys please like the stream? Yes, what? This is a tarot channel. I mean, well, it's not a tarot channel, it's a manifestation channel, but this is for tarot readings, guys. I'm not sure if that's what you're here for. Hey boo, how are you? Girl, you know that yesterday I went back to to watch that reading and then it disappeared and I was like shit. Then I came back on. Like I was just and I was like, "Oh my god, it's back up. Let me watch it again." It's so crazy cuz one of my friends, she's like an intuitive reader. She literally like when I say like literally was almost the same. I was like, "Oh my god. You got really sick from what?" Hi everyone, please like the stream. Oh my god, Anila, let me freaking tell you. Do you know that I told my sister last night, I felt like my throat was irritated. Like I kept like going like I'm like I felt like I had like mucus, but there was nothing coming up. And I was like, I was like that for like 2 hours before I could actually like fall back to sleep. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, the reading, I was like, oh my god, like my girl literally said almost the same thing. And she's not on here, so like I was just like, it's on point. I like that's why I like because I know where my energy is at. Then really sick too with the cold. I think is was getting better. Oh shit, yeah, it's the climate change too. You know the especially over there, like in where you're at, like the um I don't want to not the density, the humidity there, like just that whole state itself. Um, a lot of it is congested. The air quality there is yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just bad. Yeah, today over here is so. I went for a run and then I went to the supermarket. And when I tell you that I was like, I literally was like, am I fucking having heat flashes? Like, I'm 38, so I'm like, what's wrong with me? And I was in the car, like, I had the fucking air conditioner on all the way up with all the the vents blowing to me, and I was still hot. And I get home and mom was like, girl, it's so nasty out there. I'm like, oh my god, I was like going through like some mid-age shit. She was dying. I'm like, I literally like felt disgusting. Your sister had me laughing. I'm like, when I went back and watched it, I'm like, her sister had me laughing. Your sister had me laughing because I'm like, she was loving the praises. That's how my sister is, my younger sister. But my younger sister is 3 years younger than me. I want to get a reading, but I can't sit it. I could give you a reading, Anita. You could just send it to me whenever. Yeah, she's very sassy. Yeah. My sister is quiet like me, but but we both kind of are the same, but we're also like, yeah, like we be like sassy as fuck too. So yeah. Is she like intuitive and stuff like that? Like you too, Anila? I feel like most young kids are. I want to say first of all, I feel like we all have those, but no, but like a lot of people don't tap into them. Or as you get older, oh my God, you know what? Me and IJ were. I think it was me and IJ. We were talking about this the other day. Hey, Jazz, how like as you get older, when you're a kid, they're like use your imagination. Anita, you could post your question. Use your imagination, right? But then as you get older, it's like, no, like get out of your head and join the real world and all this stuff. And I'm like, the real world is in our head. So it's like, ugh. Um, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Um, so yeah, I was just like, like we have, we humans limit themselves. Humans have been taught to limit yourself. Yeah. Yeah, because I know, I was like, she has to be, because I know when you were doing my reading, she was like, "Oh my God, yeah, like they're," when you was like, "Yo, it's like y'all y'all are matching each other." I'd be saying that's my twin. I was dying. I'd be saying that. I'm like, that's my twin. He does what, like, he matches what I do and what I say. So yeah, I wasn't surprised that came up, and you could tell she was like tuned in. Yeah, that's awesome. I feel like now, like the kids like her age, and even like just, they're more, um it's more available for them. Like for me, like, oh my God, God forbid you even wore a certain kind of bracelet when I was in high school or something. Now you're a fucking witch. Whereas though now it's so open that, you know, like me and my friend, my other friend, she's a reader too, and she was saying how we were talking about how, like, before, you couldn't go into Target and buy a tarot deck. You couldn't just go into a store and see a tarot deck. Like, it was just very exclusive. Where now you could find them everywhere. All right, Jess, you'll be right after Anila. To know Jabbar's feeling next action towards me. He's been hot and cold. I've been waiting, wanting to just lay back and not text or call much because it's a little irritating. Yeah. All right, let's see. What are Jabbar's feelings and next actions? Thank you. Yeah, I wanted something like relaxing. I'm like, it's Sunday. It feels like a Saturday to me, but I'm like, this Sunday. Be the cake milkshake later. Oh, I went to the supermarket. I was trying to find a I literally went to go get like a cake. I wanted some cake, but they didn't have any good ones. All right, let's see. What are your is the next action? The 501. The Six of Cups. Okay, this is, I was just gonna say. So I do feel I do feel the Ace of Pentacles here. Like, he's a little conflicted with what's been going on. I feel like he is. I feel like a part of him is not faking it, and a part of him is like, I'm gonna use this to my advantage. But I feel like he's starting to lean more towards like, all right, I gotta start getting over this, because I have the Six of Cups. So it's like, I'm still missing you. I still like love you. I'm thinking about you. I feel like he's thinking about you a lot. And the Ace of Pentacles is like, he does want a new opportunity for y'all to grow. Show me the Five of Wands. Yeah, look, the Knight of Wands. Look, that's that in and out, hot and cold energy, right? Because the Knight of Wands could be tend to be that way. But I feel like with the Five of Wands, it's like, this is my card of like winning at all costs. There's a bit of sneakiness, and what I mean sneakiness, I mean more so like, and this does talk about like an abusive like relationship, right? Like someone. So I feel like he's using what's happening to his advantage, but I feel like he's gonna come out of that energy, because he's feeling more inspired to move forward. I feel like he's exhausted too from like the fighting. Like, I feel like he's exhausted. Yeah, the Eight of Cups is here. I feel like he wants to let go of like the fighting and start something new. For me, this is my card. I always say it's like, I always see this card like a tunnel. you can't turn back, you can only go forward. And what's at the end of the tunnel is, they always say it, the light at the end of the tunnel, right? So I feel like he kind of knows that. I feel like he's like learning to follow his intuition rather than his emotions or like his ego. Show me more. When I was hanging up the call, yeah, he does. I'm telling you, I feel like he's just. I feel like he's already coming to terms, like, all right, whatever. Like, it's almost too. I feel like in his mind, he's like, I kind of set this up this way, so like he's not really putting all the blame on you. He just put the trap to see if you will fall for it, and you did. And it's okay. But I feel like he's like, yeah, but if I didn't put the trap there, then she would not, we would not have went through this. So I feel like there is a part of him too that feels guilty. The Queen of Swords is here. The Nine of Wands and the Ace of Cups. He's, you know what, I feel like he's also seeing like your, you know what the thing is with him too. I feel like, show me this Nine of Wands. I want to see something. The Four of Swords. I feel like he's viewing you as the Queen of Swords, right? But not in like a harsh way, but more so like the way. So you know how you were saying like you can't hold back, like you have to say something. So like for him, I feel like he's viewing things now like like in that way, he's like, you know what, if something bothers her, she's just gonna speak up on it, so I don't have to worry about her holding things back, and I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with her because she's kind of clear with her communication. And I feel like that's something that he actually like admires about you, that you don't just let things slide. He may not like that you always have to address everything, but he also appreciates that you do, because some people will hold things back and you don't even know what the fuck is going on. So it's like for him, he feels like he doesn't have to really play the guessing game. He's feeling real relaxed right now. I still see him like communicating with you. I feel like today I don't know if it's like a day where he rests or something, because I'm getting like that, like relaxing. um but I feel like there's still gonna be more communication, obviously. I feel like he does want to fight for the connection. And I feel like he's more so right now, to me, this Four of Swords with this Nine of Wands, he's thinking more about the future. Like, I feel like he's wanting to let go of the past. So that's definitely like that Eight of Cups for me, like that tunnel. Like, he's just like, I can't turn back, right? Because when you're driving in a tunnel, you can't turn back. I have to keep going forward. So it's like that's where he's at right now. I think he's thinking more about the future. There's a lot of contemplating for him, but what's he contemplating on? The Ace of Cups. So to me, it feels like he feels like there's still more room for you guys to grow. There's still more like love to explore here. Yeah, wanting to move into calmer waters, what I was saying. Like there's still more room, like I said, more room to grow. There's still like more feelings to explore here. So I feel like, and I think I told you this, if I'm not mistaken, where I said maybe a few weeks ago he felt like, you know, a few weeks or a few months ago, like he felt like, you know what, there's nothing left here but problems. I don't see this going anywhere. Where now is like something completely shifted, because now he's like, wait, there is still more room to grow, there is still more love to explore, there's more to experience together. um Let me see anything. Yeah, look, the Lovers. Like I feel like, honestly, I think that this, like you even going away, is bringing you guys some type of alignment. Like you had to, this trip was meant to happen um for a good 2 days. I wonder if this shift is due to my manifesting. It is. Yeah, it is. Everything is a manifestation. I always say, don't ever guess. Don't. I'm gonna tell you my mistake with that is like, I will be like, wait, did that really happen? Like, oh my god, oh my god. I will start to like literally be like questioning, and it's like, no, like everything is, because even like, remember how I told you, like where I said I literally had As a matter of fact, Anila, I had told Jess I'm gonna be working out with my man later on, right? We talk like that, like we joke around like that. I mean, we talk like that because we talk as if, right? And then I literally thought to myself, like, I'm gonna lose 20 pounds in 20 days, so I'm gonna start fasting. Like, I gotta start fasting. And later that day, he posted that he was on a fruit fast on a 10-day. That I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was like, yo, when I tell you that I've had stuff like this happen to me before, like even with him, I've had stuff happen. Cause Jessica tell you, like, it just be funny, right? But when I tell you that that shit, like, I was in the shower, my heart was like racing because I feel like that literally happened a few hours later, right, Jess? I was like, what? Mind you, I had put up a post that was talking about changes, like, certain people that I don't interact with anymore, like just making life changes. So when he posted that, I was like, oh, he's making his own life changes. That's what I put together. And then it wasn't until a little later on that I was like, oh my God, no. Earlier, I was telling myself, I'm going to go on a 20-day fucking fast. Yo, yeah, girl, that's what I've been doing. You know how to do. I gotta send you some stuff. I'm gonna send you some stuff to your email later that you could like even have your like help, give it to your sister. She's young, so it'll be helpful for her too, like especially when you have like toxic family and stuff like that. I have something for y'all, so yeah. But yo, when I tell you, like, I still get chills right now talking about it. Hi, Nat. But yeah, everything is a manifestation, and some things come a little faster because you don't have a resistance to it, right? So that's why some things take a little longer, because there's some resistance, there's past, there's like certain stories that we're still holding on to. But everything is literally that. You say your man is working out. Yo, somebody else had told me that too. And then it's funny because the other day I said I want to change my hair color. And my friend told me, the one that I was telling you about, she literally said, she said, you might see like a little bit of like maybe he's going to do something different with his hair, or like, she's like physical appearance change. And I was just laughing. So that's why when you said that, I was like, yo, that's the current energy. So that's a good thing. But yeah, that's definitely is like, I would say, Anita, like, stay in your, this is what I would tell you. The 3D is just a reflection of our past, right? Past thoughts, past assumptions, and assumptions are created by sometimes either experiences, or like thoughts that we've had, or like again, experiences. So what's happening right now with you and him is just like an old story that's like fading away. You decide from this point forward how you move, but where you change at is in your mind. Like, you don't have to do anything in a 3. If you decide that you don't want to talk to him for 2 days, don't. And but in your mind, make sure that you're in alignment with what the outcome that you want. That's what you want to do. You want to make sure that no matter what's happening in the 3D, like, your mind is still, obviously you don't want to be and this is another thing I would say, you don't want to be doing certain shit in the 3D that is gonna cause you more problems. But if you decide, like, I'm gonna take 2 days off, and I'm gonna just, and he's gonna come through like even better. Remember, everything is your assumption. So I would say do it. Just make sure your mind, like, make sure that the stories that you're telling in your mind are in alignment with the outcome that you want. Because I could tell you, if there's one thing I can say, like, even that day, even though I was very fucking shocked, like, when I tell you right now, I was talking about it, it just gave me chills that happened like that, like in real time. But it's not because I don't believe in manifestation, because I know I've been doing this for so long. It was just, I wasn't expecting that to happen. So, but just could tell you, like, I've had a few things happen the last, like, maybe like 2-3 weeks that it's been like, what in the world? But I also been more in alignment, like more in like focusing on the stories that I'm telling, rather than plain old stuff. And like, even when the old shit comes up, I'll be like, that never fucking happened. Like, that was a bad dream, or like somebody else told me, like, that never happened with me and that person. um oh, I gotta send you something, because I do have like this core beliefs chart. I meant to send this to you a few weeks ago. um that you can just use some of those affirmations. Those affirmations help me, because that's one thing that I had an issue with too, is like, I was like, you know what it is too, I feel like when I think about it, like, the trusting is more so trusting myself with making the right decision when it comes to like having people get close to me. And now I'm like, no, like I'm good. And I'm gonna tell you something, you know, I still pray to God. And I wanna say, I don't think it was last week. No, it was the week before. I remember it was on a Sunday, because I remember Sundays I do. There's like something that I always do. I always make sure like I do a little bit of yoga, and I literally, while I was doing it, when I was done, like I was doing like, you know, my like a little meditation, and I literally was like, God, like reveal who my person is, because I was feeling like a little confused, like I was a little going a little back and forth, and I forgot about that. I literally said, um, I literally was like, you know, just reveal who it is, right? So I can know how to move forward, right? And I left it alone. I never, but that's one thing I've always prayed to God. He always gives me my signs. And I literally forgot about it that Tuesday. I don't remember if it was like before I started doing my affirmation session, like saturation, or right after, but that man's image came to me. And I was like, and the way it came to me, that I freaked me out. That was another freak out, because I was like, what the fuck? I got up and I was like, yeah, let me go eat something. And it wasn't until later on, when I was again in the shower. That's why the shower is a good place to affirm too, because your mind, you know, your mind could run a million miles, right? And when I was in the shower, I was like, oh my God, remember, I just asked God to show me his image, and I'll just, if I gotta leave this, you know, something alone, I will. And yep, show me that image. Like if it was like, and it was like a picture with a song came on. And let me tell you something. I It's not a picture that he's ever sent me. It was literally a picture but it would look similar to a picture that I have of him that he has sent me. But yeah, you meditate, yeah, because you remember, you're doing mindless activity, like when you're washing clothes, or like, I mean, folding clothes or cooking. Like that's why I affirm a lot. Let me see if anything else for you, Anita. My bad. Yeah, the reading made a lot of sense to me. Like the King of Pentacles, you know, the King of Pentacles, I love to see the King of Pentacles, because I always feel like the King of Pentacles, for me, he represents like security, reliability, leadership, right? Very like prosperity, but it's not prosperity for himself, it's like for his family. So yeah, I feel like he's maybe more like taking that leader role, but not in a way that is like macho man, like you have to follow my lead, I'm the man in the, not like that, like more so like I'm gonna take the lead, but I'm gonna be the provider here. Like I want you to know that like I got us, like, but not just like physically, but mentally, emotionally, financially, everything. Yeah, those times are good. Look, Justice card is here. um I feel like he's gonna start being more open with you, Anila. I feel like he's gonna start being more open, where I feel maybe you can affirm that too, that he's like very honest. Oh wait, what is it? I used to have this affirmation. I don't use that affirmation anymore, but hold on, I'm gonna tell you right now. Honest, open, and loyal. That could be a good one for you to use, because if he's honest and open, if he's open, I feel like if he communicated more with you, like with certain things, you will probably feel more trustworthy. That's the affirmation my old manifestation coach gave me. Then you get irritated, take a break, and recollect. Yeah, it's good. You know what? Today was a day that I didn't really affirm too much, and I'm okay with it. Like I'm just tired. Like I had like a long night. But yeah, that's what I have for you. I feel like, yeah, if you just, but I'm gonna send you that chart. I meant to send that to you a few weeks ago, but that chart helped me out a lot. Like our core beliefs. Even just was like, oh my God, this is maybe like, for me, I always feel like when you're creating a new story, you're gonna feel some emotions, but just keep doing it, because it dies down. Like those little like thoughts, or like, you know, emotions, they die down. It's like a purge. They call it the purge. But yeah, you're welcome, my love, and thank you. But yeah, I'll send it to you later. Because I feel like that helped me out a lot. It made me address like a lot of little things that I had going on that I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think that this was a big issue, but it is. All right, I got you, Anila. Thank you, boo. All right, Jess, you can post. Yeah, it was so nasty out here, y'all. Like, I'm just like, what in the world? I'm just ready for it to be nice and chilly. I want to use the angel side. You too, boo. All right, hope you feel better. All right. It's sunny there. Yeah, it's sunny here. It's like the sun. When I left today, it was like gloomy. It even drizzled a little bit, but then it got nice. I mean, the sun came out, but it's just, when I say nasty, I mean like it's so humid. All right, let's see. What does just need to know at this time? So, Jess, have you talked to your mom about the situation? What does Jess need to know at this time, Spirit? What does Jess need to know at this time? What does Jess need to know at this time? Oh, shit. Okay. We got the Lovers, the Seven of Earth. Not yet. The Knight of Fire. So did she ask why you were home from work or no? So with the Lovers, girl, you're gonna be fine. I just heard unnecessary worry. So I feel like right now what they're saying, choose your emotions wisely. Um, like choose your emotions wisely. They're saying you're good. I just heard good health, but I'm also getting like things working out for you. The seven of earth is about like seeds being well planted. Like there's a temporary pause in action, but they're saying there's unnecessary worry here. Like there's no need to worry. You have the knight of fire, so I feel like a sudden there's I would definitely say um pay attention to your emails because I feel like you're gonna get a response sooner than you think. And I'm getting again like weighing your like thinking things through carefully. But I want to say is more so like be mindful of your thoughts, your the energy that you're putting into it. Make sure that it's a well balanced energy, like it's um that it's a you're leaning more towards positivity than obviously the other side. The Knight of Earth is here, so they're saying it's time to buckle down and get things done. To get things done, you have a guardian angel, which is exactly what I was getting with this Lovers card. Like if you see it, do you see? There's like someone. There's two people here, and then there's an angel there, like protecting. I feel like either way too. Like I don't know if you're worried about maybe not seeing him um and stuff like that, but they're saying no matter what it's still gonna work out for you. Like don't need to, you know what they're saying, don't worry about unnecessary don't worry about things that are not happening right now. The nine of fire, um they're saying like don't give up, like don't give into like the temptation. And I feel like it's about again the negative thoughts that could happen right now. They're saying continue to believe in yourself and continue to like protect what you've already created. So like don't um don't don't let this ruin all the progress you've made, right? Like no bullshit. Just yesterday I was like, this is what I was gonna say yesterday. I'm like, yo, what if like, and not that because I don't want that to be the case, but shit, maybe like the fact that you're not there makes him like really take action. But again, I still want you to have your job, so wouldn't want to say that. But I always feel like there's always a catalyst, like um there's always gonna be like a reward. So but that was just something that I have randomly thought, that I was like, I don't know why that came to me. But there again, I want to say with this nine of fire is like continue to protect like what you've already built, because like I said, you don't want for for this situation to like you start worrying about things that are not happening, because it may happen even better. It may work out even better. And that's my belief. I always say things just work out even better. So that could be something to keep in mind. Like continue to believe in yourself and in your powers. Continue to do what you have to do. Try not to get indulged in the BS basically. The Chariot is here. There's going to be an important achievement for you. They're saying continue to have self-discipline, and I'm getting like some type of public recognition. So I feel like you're definitely going to hear good news from that whole situation. Like you're definitely going to hear good news from that whole situation. I feel like it's almost like a, I don't know if like this was like a careless move on your part, is how spirit is saying. Like maybe it was like a careless move that kind of brought some type of like, and you know what is, this is how I could put it, right? Maybe you weren't being careless at per se with work, but maybe there's like, it's bringing to your awareness that maybe there's things that you do that you can be a little careless about, where you maybe have to pay a little bit more attention to like what you're doing. And for me, that's what it feels like. There's a bigger picture here than just that situation. So there could be like a little bit of carelessness that happens like on your day to day. All right, so like let me see, I'm trying to think of something. I had like something in my head, something that recently happened where, oh my god, what was it? I can't, what is it? Hold on, I had something. I'm trying to give you an example. Oh, I could tell you what it was. My flat iron, I had a habit that sometimes I would put it on the floor. instead of, you know, putting it on the little mat for like my heat when it's hot, right? I have a specific like mat for it on my dresser, but I will put it on the floor. And I almost stepped on it twice, 2 or 3 times, right? And I was like, and I, whatever, last weekend, I stepped on it. I stepped on it in a certain way that it cracked. So I have to get a brand new one because literally I can't close it. It's cracked. And but I kept telling myself, stop leaving it on the floor. Like, you could fucking, you almost stepped on it 2 or 3 times. Stop leaving it on the floor. And I didn't. And I was being careless. So that's what I mean. Like, it could be something that's just like you maybe are a little careless with certain things. And now it's like they're saying like, it was brought to your awareness so you can just start to be a little bit more mindful when you're doing things. Um, So that's what I have with that. Like that, I wanted to give you an example because that's the only thing I could think of that I was like, fuck. And I mean, I've had this flat iron for a few years. I actually got it the 1 year for my birthday. My parents gave me money. And well, they always give me money. And I was like, I'm gonna go to Sally's and get a brand new flat iron and a new blow dryer. And so it was a holiday design, a cheat iron. So now I have to get a new one. Show me more. We have the Justice card, the Eight of Water, the Two of Fire. For me, this is about, look, there's another one. The Justice card for me is talking about basically like making fair and just decisions, doing what you know is right, but also standing up for your beliefs. So I feel like you have to like balance, like, this could be a thing of like balancing like your ego and then like your softer side, right? I always say we have our ego where we usually make certain decisions from, and then we have our spiritual side where we make more mindful decisions. And I feel like there's a need to balance that out because you have the scale here, so there's like a need to balance that out. I also feel like there will be fairness in this decision that they make when it comes to your job. There's gonna be fairness here. I feel like, look, I'm getting spiritual and emotional growth here, but I feel like with the Eight of Cups, like once you get like reinstated or whatever, because that's what Spirit's saying, that once you get reinstated, I feel like you may start like, you may, I don't know if it's like a thing where you're gonna feel like, I don't know if I feel safe here anymore. Like you may start to think about where you see yourself in the next like year or two. Like you may not want to stay there long term. Um yeah, I'm seeing things that continue to move forward for you. I just heard new partnership or contract. So I feel like you are gonna get, I want to say reinstated. I don't know why. I wanted to say like reinstated instead of rehired. But again, I see you kind of like, Spirit is saying like there may be a need to continue to move forward. Maybe this is not going to be, I mean, you stay there as long as you want, but I feel like Spirit is saying that you are going to probably be opening up your eyes to like maybe something else. Like the ego is here literally with the Justice. Um, the Balance and Awakening. That's funny how this came out. It's almost like the Justice card all in one. Yeah, the ego is like that false entrapment. Being overly focused on something, having negative or fear-based thoughts. So just remember that, like, you know what we do, we know how we create. So like just remind yourself of that. Like, I know what we create, so I need to just keep myself in check. Even if you have to check yourself, like, all right, stop fucking acting like this, like a victim, you know, whatever, talk to yourself like that if you have to, but try not to stay there, because I'm getting that coming up again for you, like being trapped. And like possibly the thing with the whole, with this whole, like these situations that happen in the 3D, it hurts, right? And the emotions happen, and that's why I say, like, I feel like for me, when I'm more balanced in my emotions, it's easier for me to like manifest, or like even like sit and saturate. I feel more free. When I'm not, when I'm in anxiety, it is harder for me to keep my thoughts in check, because I'm so high on anxiety. So yeah, even though our thoughts don't manifest, but if our thought I mean our emotions don't manifest, but if we let them linger too much, they start to become thoughts. So or you start to attach thoughts to that emotion. So that, I feel like this is going to be a time for you, like almost like a learning experience, where you're either going to fold, or you're either gonna keep pushing forward. And what I see is like you pushing forward. Like they're saying have some balance. There's a need for balance and moderation. There is gonna be some compromise that comes up for you. I feel like you're gonna hear from them like very soon. And I feel like with the awakening, again, this for me is a card of like looking at things from a different perspective. Like there's a temporary standstill here for you. But it's like almost like a standstill for you to like really like figure out what you want to do, because at the end of the day, nothing can stop what you're creating with your person, whether you see them or not. Like, I mean, look at how many people like live miles and miles away. That's it. Maybe it's like pushing you out of your comfort, and who knows if this is gonna probably bring you some real progress, because there's a what I'm getting here is like there's a bit of like comfort here that you have outgrown, or you're needing to outgrow. um Show me. I'm gonna get like the Eight of Fire, like the Star, and like the World. What did I say? I feel like honestly, I think that things are gonna work out either way. Like I feel like you're like things are gonna work out for you. Like you're gonna get the outcome that you want. But I also feel like Spirit is saying like don't attach one thing to the other. So don't attach like your manifestation of your connection to your job. And maybe there is that connection there that needs to be separated. Um because you have to me, the star is here of wish fulfillment. Like things are going to start moving fast out of nowhere, so there may be a little standstill, a little waiting, but then things are going to start to move fast. You get some communication, and then things are gonna like happy, like a lot of good things start happening at once. The star is here, which is all about being optimistic, right? Is a card of like happy times, long term, being hopeful, having faith. And then you have the World card, which is like a completion of happiness, a job well done, right? A contentment, joy, gratitude. And there's a path towards enlightenment. So I feel like, yeah, like they're trying to say, I feel like they're wanting you not to, don't connect your job to your connection, because there's two completely separate things. um yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to separate. Yeah, exactly. But not only that, but because you guys work together, it's like you see, like, I don't want to say the average person, because that's not, there's a lot of people that work with their person, right? But most people don't, and they still, like it's almost like you're needing to be reminded, like there's people that are miles and miles and miles away, and things work out for them. So you don't need to be there. I don't know if like your spirits are saying like you may have outgrown this job, like there may be something way better for you. But there's a connection that's keeping you there. It's really hard to leave jobs, especially too, like this is for people too that have like really close relationship with their coworkers. People don't talk about this, right? When you're close to your coworkers, that happened to me. I'm not the last law firm I worked at, the one before that, where I was close to my team. That's where I met Angie, like my friend Alex, Christine. My team was so amazing that when I got promoted to a different into a different department, I was like, it was more money, and it was what I originally had applied for. But it was so hard to leave my team because I was so close to them. And people don't talk about how hard it is to leave coworkers that you see all the time. Wait, but you have, sometimes you have to grow. So I feel like if this is a situation where I feel like you will, because they kept using reinstating, but if not, it's because there is a way better door that's opening for you, that this just had to go. And they're saying don't attach your manifestation of him to this, to the job, because it's still gonna work out. Like, it's still gonna work out because it's two separate things. It's two separate entities. It's two separate connections. You just may have, they may have just, you may have just honestly just outgrown this, and unfortunately, that happens when you're like evolving. Things change. Um, but I feel like either way it's gonna work out. I mean, they kept using it reinstating, so I feel like you will. But it's almost like there's like a few little things that you can learn from this. Being more careful, not being so careless with certain things, or like being or two, like you just, there's a better door opening in that department where you may have just outgrown this place, but you still have your connection. So I think that, I hope that makes sense. Um, I feel like they don't want you to worry about your connection with him, because I honestly feel like, listen, when I say, when little shit comes up for me, that I just say random, 99% of the time, it's literally what happens. And like me feeling yesterday, like, I'm like, yo, why do I feel like if this were to happen, like he would just really come through, because he will have no choice. See, like, there's comfort here because y'all see each other. So maybe like there's still too much of that comfort, because like we're seeing each other. So there's no need to rush, where now it's gonna be like, oh my god, like she's not here, I gotta fucking make a move. I got you, Jess, you're welcome. I wanted to I was guided to pull some of these for you, so I'm gonna do that. And Natty, you can start posting your question, love, if you're here. Oh, there is a comfort, yeah. All right, we have let go. Trust. I feel like this is letting go of the worry. Like, let go of the worry. Like, let go of the worry. You're gonna be fine, I promise. Like, I promise you are. Look, perfect timing. Improving health. Remember, I got that too with that lovers. So keep doing, like, look, peaceful resolution. And look for a sign. Yeah, you're good, man. Look, abundance. I feel like you're good. You're gonna hear from them. There is comfort, yeah. Where now he's probably gonna, he don't see you, he gonna be like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I need to know. All right, let's see. For Natty, David the Cancer's feelings for me, we're communicating more than before. So just want to, you said, I think a chunk of it does have to do with seeing him, because I do make money outside of this job. So it's not necessarily too big of a worry about the money. Yeah, that makes sense. No, it is, because you get to, yeah. Of them together, I got probably. Yeah, no, there is, yeah. Because it's like, even though we're, you have, and yo, you know what's crazy? Like, the other day, I literally thought that, like, I was like, you, in a way, like, you had an upper hand than like us and the members, right? Because you get to see your, like, physically see him, even if it's like, not every day, but at least you're most likely going to see him at least a few times a week, right? Where some people, we don't have that. So it's like, or some people don't have that unless they're like with their partner. And so that kind of, but at the end of the day, man, we know how manifestation works. It doesn't fucking matter what's in the way. Like this, I always say, like, when things happen, you decide, you either gonna look at it as like, fuck, this is gonna fuck things up for me, or you know what, no, this is actually gonna make things even better. All right, what are David the Cancer's feelings for that? We are communicating more than before, so just wonder. All right, let's see. Yeah, that makes sense for sure. What are David the Cap's feelings for that? I have the Nine of Wands. What are his feelings for that? The Devil, okay. And the Hermit. I still see him holding back. Um, hmm. Show me more, Spirit. The Queen of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. There's too many cards. The Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. Show me this Nine of Wands. The Seven of Pentacles. The Devil. The Two of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. All right, I'm gonna start with the bottom first because that's where I'm being led to do first. So how he's viewing you or how he's feeling towards you, he feels like you're very loving, very compassionate, very warm, very nurturing. I feel like he feels like you're very emotionally stable, emotionally compassionate. You're very caring. You're very soft, and I feel like he's very attracted to that. Of course, he thinks you're absolutely beautiful. The Wheel of Fortune is here with the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. I feel like he views you as a potential for possibly a new, like something long term. There is a potential here, right? I feel like he views it as a potential. I feel like he has like a lot of positive things to say about you. Like if someone were to ask him, like, how is she, like he was have nothing but nice things to say, nothing but good things to say. Again, there's a sense of like warmth that he gets from you. There's a sense of like pleasure that he gets from speaking to you. The Wheel of Fortune is here. I want to see something. The Knight of Wands. Yeah, he's just unpredictable right now. And I want to say, I started there. Spirit wanted me to start there because I feel like with the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Pentacles, it's like I feel like he's definitely going to invest, but in his own way. I'm seeing like long-term investment but still holding back. Like he's not in a rush to make anything happen here. Like he's not in a rush to move things forward. I feel like, again, with the Devil and the Two of Pentacles, I'm getting like this energy of, again, I'm being unpredictable, not really knowing. I feel like he doesn't really know what he wants long term wise, but you're a potential for someone that he can have long term. um I feel like he's still trying to figure that out. But I also have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So to me, I feel like he's still working on himself with the Hermit and the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like he's trying to, like, honestly invest in himself. I feel like he's just trying to figure out what he wants in life. Like, I don't think he knows what he wants in life, let alone love or relationship. So when it comes to feelings, again, I do get that he enjoys you. Like, he absolutely has nothing but good things to say. If he were ready for something, he would definitely invest in you. But I'm getting not really ready to invest in anything. There's not a lot of motivation here. I'm getting someone that's very uninspired. but I'm getting is like a lot of it has to do with life. So I don't know what his like life is like when it comes to like employment, money, finances, mentally, spiritually. Yeah, like the Two of Wands. Um, that right there is the crown right now in this connection, and I feel like until he gets like his own stuff in order, it's gonna be hard for him to invest like fully. Will you still get communication and stuff like that from him? Yeah, I feel like things are gonna continue to grow. um but I also get like someone that's not really ready to invest in something long term or invest fully. Like I'm still trying to figure things out. I'm gonna still take my time. He's gonna take his time with you. That's what I'm getting. Like he's still gonna take his time. Um, and show me the outcome here. The Nine of Swords, the Temperance. Yeah, it comes down to him taking his time. So I think things. I feel like things are still gonna grow. I just feel like there is worries about other stuff that is just not letting him see potential for a relationship just yet. Let me take that. I want to make sure I'm clear. He sees the potential to have something long term with you, but I don't feel like he's ready to do that yet. Yeah, I think he has like a lot of stuff going on that he's not really. Look, the Eight of Swords. Yeah, he's worried about a bunch of stuff. The Ten of Swords is here. Um, in your outcome you have the Temperance, so it's gonna come down to like being patient given this time, and maybe he'll be ready at some point. So that's what I'm getting. You said right now is very friendly talk and just support. Yeah, that's what I'm getting basically. Like I feel like right now is like not a time that where he's gonna invest romantically. um i don't I don't get like romantic feelings here, but I'm also getting more so because he's not mentally there where he can think about romance. Um, Even though I feel like he views you as like a perfect partner. Yeah, lots of swords. Swords for me is like logic. When somebody is in your mind, those are the logic, right? That's the logic. So and like um yeah, there's just other stuff that he has going on that I don't feel like I feel like once, and I always say this too with like humans in general, once you kind of know like your life is feeling a little bit, more balanced, then you can focus on other things outside of it. Until then, especially for men, and I don't like to box people in, but that's something I learned. Like I've been with two relationships with men that have way too much going on in their lives, and I'm gonna tell you, it just the way that fucking bleeds into your romantic relationship is nasty. So yeah, some men know how to like stay away to a certain extent. Like I feel like with him, you're gonna still hear from him, you guys will speak, but I think, yeah, as far as like investing romantically, it may be a little while. But I always tell y'all, you can manifest whatever you want. So the readings are just energy based. It's just letting you know what the energy is right now and the possible outcome. So just keep it in. You said I agree. I'm not trying to get with him for now. Yeah. You can always manifest a different version of him too. That's what I always say. Because you can. And thank you, Nat. Hi, everyone. Welcome in. Please like the stream. Donations are open. But I was wondering his feelings because he is more attentive to our friendship. And that's how things grow. Just can you type donations open, please? You're welcome, Nat. That really clicked for me. Like, I don't need to see him at my job in order to trust the connection is coming together, because there is a comfort and it easier to trust since I actually get the chance to see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, and that's true. It's like I could say like for me, like when I don't see that person on social media, it's like a little bit like whatever. But then I'm like fuck that. Like I started to like you start to create those. That's what I'm saying. Like those be the little doubts that you have that you don't even really notice until something and then you're like fuck, I've been creating these little doubts in the back of my mind that now, I'm able to address them because then I started to say, remember the stories I've been giving it. Like, why would that person be online when, whatever. I'm not gonna say on here, but what I be seeing. So it's like you just gotta there has to be a certain level of trust within your manifestation too. Like I always say that like people could be like you don't have to trust it or you don't have to believe, but you have to have some level of something, because if you don't, if not believing is doubting. That's what people don't get. What is the opposite of fucking doubt? Belief. You have to believe that it's at least going to, you're still going to get your outcome. Like, confidence is belief. Faith is belief too. For me, faith is not trusting. To me, faith is knowing. Um Assurance, when you say things with conviction, there is, you're kind of saying it in a way that there's belief, right? So yeah, I feel like when people, that's why I said like a lot of the community has gotten so like limited, but it's like, again, what's the opposite of belief? Is fucking doubt. And you tell us we can't, you know, be mindful of your doubts and the doubting and stuff like that. Well, then there has to be some sense of belief that this is still gonna fucking work out for me. Like, even if you don't believe, maybe it's like you don't have to believe that what you're fucking saying right now, but just believing that, you know what, this is gonna work out for me. And that's just what it is, and have that confidence, because that's the thing. Like, I feel like a lot of the I think when I look back at like how I used to use law of assumption before, like affirming and stuff like that, it was more so I was just saying shit and just, letting an outcome happen. But now that I understand it on a different level, to me it's like it's way bigger than just saying stuff. Like it's way bigger than that. And yeah, as you start to like, there has to be a change that happens, and that's another thing that I think people don't really say. And I think maybe because it confuses people, because people get confused easily. But there is, you're literally, when you're manifesting and you're creating a new story, you're becoming a new person too. Because the person that experienced one thing is not going to be the person that experienced heartbreak is not going to be the same person that experiences um or version the version of a person that experienced heartbreak is not going to be the same version of the person that experiences like blissful love. The versions change, and it may be like subtly as you do stuff, but to me, manifestation is a battle of the mind, but you grow yourself grows, because at the end of the day, the version of you who experienced that, like, the heartbreak or whatever, the the loss, um she has certain beliefs, but as you start to build other beliefs, you become a different version. But I feel like people don't, that's the part that people don't have they have a hard time with. People don't want to grow. Like, and that to me, I'm just, again, I have no desire. to be around it. Not in person, not in my, you know, in my personal relationships, in my friendships, in my romantic relationships, even in my like, um anything. And then also not online. I'm the same way I am on here. I'm the same way like that in real life. Like, not real life, but you get like in with my friends. I call them out too. Like, you're being fucking negative and I don't want to be around it. That's how I am. I don't change just because it's here. I don't If I don't deal with my best friends acting like that, I'm not going to deal with people online acting like that. I just don't care for it. Cuz you're either going to grow or you want to be a victim. And victims, I don't want to be around. You could post your question, Jess. Like, the one thing, that's why I really stopped, because I'm like, people be coming on here, they be trying to get advice, but then you going to everybody's channel getting readings about the bullshit that you just got. And I'm not gonna give free advice. I'm not gonna do that. That's just weird. Oh, let's see. Maybe this shit would light a fire up his ass. Let's see. How would Jay feel if he don't see Jess at work this week? A part of me wondered, like, if I ever went. Yo, oh my God, Jess. That's why I say, like, we gotta be mindful. Cause see, like, little shit like that. Don't you notice, like, little shit like that that we just randomly say just be popping the fuck up? Let's see. The Ace of Swords. Girl, he's gonna be thinking. He's gonna be looking for some type of clarity. Yep. And he may even want to, like, reach out, but I think he's gonna hold back. So this is how I'm looking at it. If, let's just say, it's just this week that he doesn't see you, I feel like he's gonna be like, okay, maybe she's on vacation, right? Um, yeah, that's what we're gonna say. You're on vacation. So let's just say this week, he doesn't see you. He's gonna be like, oh, well, you know what? Maybe she's on vacation, right? I feel like that part of him is still gonna want to be. He's still gonna be looking to try to get information. He's still gonna be checking. He's still gonna be alert, trying to see, like, if you post anything, whatever. But I feel like he's may look at it as like, well, she may be on vacation. But I feel like if it goes past this week and, like, next week he doesn't see you, he's definitely gonna want to get some clarity. Show me more. Like the King of Pentacles, the Strength. Girl, yo, I feel like if it goes past this, like, let's just say, and I'm not even putting it out there, let's just say it goes past this week. It goes past this week and he doesn't see you. Yes, he's still gonna be looking for you. He's gonna be missing you. He's gonna be, I feel like he's gonna try to hold back as much as he can. Because for me, the Strength card is always that card of like when a part of you just wants to like explode, but you're like holding back. And I feel like that's where he's gonna be at, like thinking very practical, but more so like being curious, like where is she, right? Because even if you are on vacation, then it's like, well, where is she on vacation and who she's with? But they're, and of course missing you. But then there's that part of him that I feel like if he does not see you after next week, he's gonna start looking for questions. I mean, looking for answers. He's, and I mean like physically, like he may like be like, what you been up to, like on like some cool stuff, but it's gonna definitely make him come towards you. I feel like it will. Look, the Seven of Cups is here with the Chariot. Yeah, I feel like he's gonna go from like being in his head thinking, trying to like, for me, like he's gonna have a lot of different things. I want to say for sure this week may feel like vacation. Next week may also, not also, but then it's gonna be like, okay, it's been 2 weeks, like what's going on? And then after that, he's like, he's gonna have a lot of things running through his mind. Like the Seven of Cups for me is when you have multiple things, like there's a lot of daydreaming, there's like searching for answers, searching for purpose, there's wishful thinking, there's like choices, like there's options, there's opportunities. So I feel like he's gonna be like, in his mind he's gonna be there, but with the Chariot he's gonna take action towards finding out what's going on. So I feel like it's all gonna depend on the timing. And because I feel like this week, yeah, he's definitely gonna miss you, because now it's gonna be 2 weeks since y'all saw each other. But I feel like after that, then it's gonna be like, wait, where the fuck is she? Like, where is she? Like the time gonna is the first week for sure, I'm gonna say maybe vacation energy, but still missing you. But then after that, I think that's where like it's gonna start to be like, hold on, like something seems off. And I think that intuitively he's gonna know something is off. Even this week, I feel like something is gonna seem off to him, because you guys are kind of connected in that way. But he's gonna try to say like, oh, it's, she's just on vacation. But after that, yeah, it's like things are gonna just really like be like, hold on, like I feel almost like I felt like my chest sunk in. So yeah, I feel like it's gonna make him, he's gonna reach out. If you go past next week and you're not there, I feel like he's gonna definitely ask. I'm getting like a very bold energy. Do they announce when they let people go or no? Like I know in the law firms they will send an email at the end of the day and be like and be like um you know, such and such no longer works here. No. Okay. Yeah, I feel like he's gonna be like, where the fuck is she at? People, oh, so there's, okay. That's, to me, it's just crazy how they can make a decision so like, I mean, when you have policies, you have but still. Yeah, it's a warehouse. Yeah, that makes sense. Um, did you ever have a fear of like them firing you? Hi, who's in here with us? Have you changed anything recently when like affirming? I feel more confident after the first read. Like, Yeah. Good. I'm glad you do. Yeah. That was coming in real strong. I'm like, hold on. You're worrying. You're worried about. No, they're two completely different things. Okay. That was just so left field. What the fuck just happened? Yeah. It's gonna work out better than expected. I mean, I knew there was a possibility. Oh my God. Wait. Did it not give you an example about this? Like, when you do something and then like you do it again and then it's like, fuck, I should have never did it. I got over it the first time. Oh my God, the fact that that came out so damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, yesterday out of nowhere, I was feeling so sick from my stomach, and it wasn't even like I had to use. It was like nauseous. Like, so I lay down. Then by the time I woke up, I was like, all right, I gotta reschedule our money course again. Fuck. Yeah, I was like nauseous, girl. Yeah, I'm about to get off. I'm gonna come back on later, but I'll text you. So I will see you later, Jess. I'm gonna text you. Bye.